We're live. Hello. Hi, I'm Amanda Call. Welcome. I'm going to be working on a page from my webcomic, Age of Night. This is chapter 26, page 20. We started drawing this last week, and as you can see, we got it all roughed in, and we got the first couple panels done, and the third panel is like halfway done, so we're going to continue on. We're going to try to finish penciling this, and then we're going to try to move on to lettering in this hour this evening. So I have to figure out where I left off. I pulled up my reference of the previous pages in the sequence to make sure that I'm drawing these things correctly. I couldn't remember which details exactly were on this side of the sarcophagus, but I pulled it up. So we've got a couple of the different tooth motifs here I gotta put in. Hope everyone is doing well. All right, there's some more teeth. Okay, we've got Thel started here. Let's tighten him up a little bit. Hey, Hungry, thanks for joining me. So it's not my favorite place to have left a drawing because it's like I'm not necessarily 100% sure what was going on with every line that I left here. Kind of an awkward in-between place to leave the drawing. It's okay, we will make it work. Hey, Spud. Hope everyone is doing well this evening. Get this all the details on Thel done here, and then we can get the other two figures figured out as well. That seems like kind of a long handle on this sword. We're gonna shorten that up a little bit. go. Hello. Hey, Keith, and hello, Cthulhu Hand Luke. Thanks for joining me. I'm doing pretty well. Busily trying to finish coloring the next chapter of I Am the First. That's what's taking up most of my creative time right now, and obviously trying to keep up with Age of Night always. I spent like all of the last couple of days coloring, and then I'll have to take a break for a couple of days because I can only spend so much time staring at a computer. But then I'll have to get right back to it after a short break of probably working on some of these Age of Night pages or working on some thumbnails for the next chapter of I Am the First. Hey, Potato. Just the thing with these ongoing comic projects is that it's like every time that you're, even while you're like releasing stuff, you're also constantly still working on stuff. This is chapter 26, page 20 of Age of Night. So, or chapter, 26? Yeah, chapter 26. So you're thinking of I Am the First. So I have two different comic projects that are running concurrently. I have I Am the First, which is a graphic novel I'm working on this year, written by my friend Jeremy Flagg and drawn by me. We're releasing that serially, like every couple of months we're releasing a new chapter. And that I was working on chapter 2 and page 10. But this is, and that one's a, modern setting story with teenagers and stuff. What is going on with this pose? I don't know what I was doing here. Oh, that's her shoulder. Okay. That's why I don't like leaving drawings. Yeah, this is different. So this is Age of Night. This is my webcomic. This updates every week. It's a fantasy story, and I've been doing it for many, 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 many years. So it is all the way up to chapter 26. It's a different project. I have both of them running concurrently, which is not the wisest thing I've ever done. But so what I'm doing is I'm kind of switching back and forth on the different streams. So I'll do, over the course of like a month, I'll work on an Age of Night page, and then I'll go back and work on an I Am the First page, and kind of switch back and forth. Right now we're on an Age of Night page. And then when we're done with this page, then I'll probably be doing a page from chapter 3 of I Am the First. Because chapter 2 is all drawn and I'm coloring it right now. So yes, sorry, that was a little bit confusing. Clean up Wen's face there a little bit. There we go. All right, there's Wen. I think I need to sharpen my pencil a little bit here. We're getting kind of dull. Which would not be such a big deal, except these figures are kind of tiny. So I need it to be fairly sharp. That's better. Hello! Hi, Story Comic. Thanks for joining me. We're continuing work on an Age of Night page this evening. Hoping I can get far enough along to start doing the lettering. We'll see how it goes. Oh no, everyone is alarmed. Everyone is looking surprised and not happy about it. Here we go. What is the scale of the working draft compared to the production final? Okay, so this is the standard. It's not a word that really means much anymore since a lot of people work fully digitally at this point, but this was what was considered a standard comic page. It's an 11 by 17 piece of paper and a 10 by 15 live area. And do I have a standard comic somewhere nearby within arm's reach? Oh, jeez. Okay. Don't mind me just throwing stuff around in the background here. I do have a standard comic within arm's reach. This is a standard sized comic. This is Legends of the Realm by my friend Jack Holder, which I happen to have nearby. Let's see. It's a goofy size. It's like 6 and like 5/8 by, I forget the exact dimension, 10 and a quarter-ish. Yeah, so it's about, it's like a third reduced-ish. I'm sure there's an actual like math for that, but yes, that's the comparison roughly of like gets reduced roughly by a third to a standard comic size. But I'm usually, when I have these in print, they're actually in like a, do I have one of mine nearby? I do. Here we go. I have them reduced by almost by half, not quite, probably about half. Yeah, about half. So this is the size that ultimately, like all of my originals are this size, and then they get reproduced at this size, which does tighten them up quite a bit, which is pretty nice. Because yeah, I have these printed in 6x9 books, so. So yeah, 10 by 15 down to 6x9. That's not quite half. I'm not good enough at doing math off the top of my head to tell you exactly what that would be, but that gives you an idea. It's a Jason Hunt. Wah! Wogging in my comments. I'm getting invaded by orcs. Oh no, you're totally fine. I love to answer questions, and if people don't ask me questions, then I just kind of zone out and keep drawing silently, which is not terribly entertaining. So I am always happy to answer questions, even if they are a little bit of a sidetrack to what I'm doing. Those print fantastically. Oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'm pretty fussy about when I get them, when I scan them in and clean them up, making sure that they will print nicely. I try to make sure that they're pretty nice and clean when I scan them in and get them all cleaned up. All right, we've got windows. I've got to do the ceiling. Little slit windows there. What is this? What is this question? Any questions? Does the smaller size ever cause you to say nope, 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 nope? No, the smaller sizes actually usually help. The smaller size tends to tighten up the image a little bit and can hide some sins occasionally, which is kind of nice. Your mistakes get smaller. It's great. What was this? What's your favorite minute in each hour? Is that a thing? Do you have a favorite minute in each hour? Can't say as I've ever really given that any thought. I'm going to say 42, not for the typical nerd reasons, but because it's just a number that I like. And also, it's like, this hour's not quite over yet. I have enough time to still do something else in this hour. I still have 18 minutes of this hour left. That doesn't seem as small as 15 minutes. And it's not as big as 20 minutes. Gives you both that, like, oh, that's not too much time left, and also that's plenty of time left. Best of both worlds. How's that for an answer I completely pulled out of nowhere? 37. So, all right. Prime number. I mean, has that going for it. Okay, that panel we're going to say is done. So now we only have 2 panels left, and it's all this stuff. Jason is glad to be here for more tentacle fun. It is apparently that type of comic now. No, not really. It's not that type of comic. They're not really tentacles, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. They kind of do look like tentacles. I will give you that. All right. It looks like a tentacle, and it's drawn like a tentacle. It's a tentacle. I'm not going to explain it any further than it's been explained in the comic at this point, because I don't want to ruin anything. It's not quite a tentacle. That would be a heck of a shift in the tone for Age of Night. It would. And I was worried about the dark fantasy kind of horror element shift of even just having this whole scene happen. Oy. Yikes. Okay. Trying to like keep enough variation in the shapes everything is making. What time do I normally start doing announcements about all your different web accounts? Is that around the 42-minute mark? No, it's usually in the last 10 minutes, so it's around like the 50, 51-minute mark usually. And they do look kind of tentacle-y. I'm not going to try to tell you they don't, because they do. Just say that's not really what they are, but it does look that way. There's so many of them. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I do think this stuff looks cool. It just takes forever to draw. Clean up some of these stray lines here. What does the front of this look like? Is this the same pattern on the front? It is. Okay, so we've got the fang on the corner. I'm not going to worry about the motif across the top quite yet because I still got a lot going on here. These ones are like twisting around each other, I guess. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Clean up some more of that. Ugh. These things take forever. We're getting there. We've almost done this panel. Almost there. I think I wanted this one overlapping that one, so we're just going to erase that a little bit. This one's kind of doing a loop-de-loop on itself. Little loop-de-loop-de-loop. So yeah, the first chapter of I Am the First has been doing really well, which is very exciting. If you got a copy on Amazon or on drive-through, then and you want to give it like a review or a rating, we'd super appreciate that because that helps a lot. It helps other people find it. But yeah, it's been going pretty good. We're trying really hard to get chapter 2 done so it can come out next month. And we can stay on schedule, would be nice. It's just how it always is when you're like have these ongoing projects where it's like you're working on 3 different stages of them at any given time. Which is always how it is with Age of Night too. It always has been, but it's just a little bit different trying to like come up with a certain number of pages by a certain time, like a certain chapter, like have it in a chunk, as opposed to like Age of Night where it's just like, well, I just have to make sure I get one up every week. And if that means that I just do one in a week or I do 3 in a week and then I don't do anything for a couple weeks, then, you know, whatever. But it's a little bit different dynamic when you're like, no, I have to have this entire chapter done every couple of months. All right, let's get the rest of the iconography on here on the sarcophagus. So we've got the, oops. Got the Kiara's wheel there. Stay on target. Yep, that's the challenge. That is the challenge. Staying on target. Got the little kitty tooth motif up here. Okay. Yay, there's that panel. So that's 4 panels done. 1 left to go on this page. Goodness, and it's already 8:30. Ugh. Speaking of targets, I need to go eat. You should do that. I ate a while ago. I had soup and homemade bread. Made lentil soup for supper tonight. It was very yummy. It's got like all sorts of spices in it. More of these annoying forms that I decided to inflict upon myself for some reason. think this is supposed to be another one here. Some of these lines don't make a whole lot of sense. I just gotta try to do my best to make sense of them after the fact. Blah. Okay, I think that made some sense. I think it's a giant bowl of spaghetti. It does kind of look like a giant bowl of spaghetti. Could definitely see that interpretation. I'm not going to argue with that in the slightest. It's a big, terrible spaghetti monster. That's what it is. Some going the other way, some going this way, some going that way. Oh, what am I? How did I shake the camera? What happened? A couple of little ones here. And a big one in the background here. Wow. These totally not tentacles. Oh boy, now we get to do its creepy head thing. I'm having a lot of fun with this. I don't get enough chances to draw creepy stuff. This is fun. I love his horrible little mouth. Look at how horrible he is. He's so horrible. Oh, look at that horrible little face. I love it. All right, we've got some of these little trailing bits here all wrapped around each other. Okay, just a couple little bits left. We're almost done with the pencils. This took a little longer than I expected, but I should have expected it would take forever because doing this business takes forever, in case you haven't noticed. We'll at least get to start working on the lettering. Not going to get super far, but we'll get to start. All right. He's so horrible. I love him. I love how horrible he is. Look at that. Okay, so we have now finished the pencils. Everything is penciled. I'm going to start working on the lettering. So, I grab a regular pencil and if I can find it, my Ames lettering guide, and my right triangle, my script, and my thumbnails are right off to the side over here, so that's what I will be referencing. Assuming I can find the right page that I'm on. What page am I doing? Page 20. Okay. I'm very organized and professional. Okay, so we take our right triangle, we line it up to the side of the page here, or the side of the panel borders. We stick our Ames lettering guide on it, and using just this bottom row of dots, we're going to start sliding this back and forth, putting our pencil in one dot at a time, sliding back and forth to make our, oops, I missed one, make our guidelines for lettering. I have it set to the size I want. You can adjust how big these spaces are. I do have it adjusted in the size I want it in. And then I start doing it in pencil first to make sure that I have the spacing and everything right before I start doing it in ink, because if I mess up, I want to be able to fix it. All right, so there's all of that just kind of penciled in. I will go through and pencil all of the lettering first and then go through and ink it and finalize it. So moving on to the next panel, I've got a couple more here. Skip down a little more here. I think I meant to have another one here as well. Find another one of those vertical lines on the page to line up with. Look at that one more line just in case. Ooh, that might be cutting it close. Nope, that's not going to work. So hopefully it's 3 lines, or I'll have to completely erase that and try again. And yes, that is mostly practice that I can get those lined up so well the first shot. I don't always, but I've done a lot of hand lettering, so I can usually get it pretty close. All right, so I think that's all the dialogue on this page. And then we just have some sound effects. We've got some there. We've got some here. Which again, I just like to plan in pencil first. He's so horrible. Love how horrible he is. All right. rah. Or rah. It's supposed to be like a howl kind of noise. Okay, we still have a little less than 10 minutes. I will start doing some of the ink on the lettering while I talk about my stuff and things. So I will get out my school nib. Get back here. Where do you think you're going? Nope, 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 nope. Bots. Goodbye, bot. Remove. There we go. It is some vicious spaghetti. The most vicious spaghetti. All right, and we've got our ink. Open up off to the side here. All right, so while I'm working on beginning this lettering, I will try to work on my lettering and also tell you the things at the same time. I'm Amanda Call. This is my original comic, Age of Night. You can read it at ageofnight.com. That's AGEOFNIGHT.com. Updates every Wednesday. And you can read the whole thing for free. This page won't be up for a few weeks yet, but there will be a new page posting tomorrow. While you can read the whole thing for free, you can also buy the first 3 volumes. So that gets you from the prologue to chapter 21. You can get those on Amazon and on the drive-through websites, drive-through comics, drive-through fiction, and drive-through RPG. Let's see if I can get this to fit. Yes. Okay. You can also support my comic making efforts on Patreon. That's patreon.com/ageofnight. And if you like watching me work on comics and talk about what I'm doing, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I do these live streams every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I do, in fact, also have a TikTok, thanks to Story Comic here. My name on TikTok is Amanda Call Art, just like it is on Instagram. You can also find me on Twitter at Age of Night. And Age of Night also has a Facebook page, so you got options. You got all the social media options. Oops, another bot. What? Where? Oh, dang it. Get out of here, bot. Remove. Thank you for the heads up. Do I watch anime? Potato. Yes, I do. Sometimes. I don't keep up with anything, but I'm not super current on anything, but I do watch the occasional anime. I'm trying to finish watching the latest iteration of Fruits Basket, but it's I have the worst time getting the Crunchyroll app to work. It constantly freezes and crashes on me. It's very annoying. All right, I'm going to finish this little speech bubble of Wen's here, and then that'll be it for this evening. All right, watching Ranking of Kings. I'm not familiar with that one. Is it any good? I mean, I would assume if you're watching it, hopefully it's good. And Keith says mine is the first and only TikTok video that he's ever watched. I've been having fun on the TikTok. Alright, so I'm going to cap my ink before I forget and make a mess over here. So that'll do it for this evening. We started with just about half of this page penciled and the other half roughed. Now it is fully penciled. We have started in on our lettering, and so next time we should be able to finish the lettering and start doing some of the background inks. So thanks everybody for coming and hanging out with me this evening. I will see you next time. Bye.